Juggalos, what up? Welcome to In the Moment, your exclusive source for all the latest and greatest JCW news and information. I'm KG, but I didn't come alone. I got some members of the Hatchet family here with me, including the JCW heavyweight champion, Corporal Robinson. And we are flanked by international mega superstar icon, Vampiro. And we are here to bring you some mind-blowing news. On April 6th, there is a pay-per-view on the internet called Lights, Camera, Bash 'em. It is the first in an explosive series of internet pay-per-views on psychopathiclive.com. Every 2 weeks, we will be back in your motherfucking grill with some of the fucking illest storylines, the craziest over-the-top action you've ever seen. If you're asking yourself, well, who the fuck does commentary on this piece? It is myself, KG, some say the voice of JCW, but I am joined by an icon. The great Shaggy 2 Dope, one half of Insane Clown Posse, is a broadcast journalist at the booth, at the table, calling the shots. Everybody is talking about the action that has captivated the wrestling world, from Japan to Mexico, Canada, to everywhere under the sun and into outer space. The internet is burning up about JCW and the events at the Modern Exchange. It's been limited and exclusive to the ninjas in attendance, but now on April 6th, it's coming to the world. Lights, Camera, Bash 'em. And for those of you who haven't had the privilege and honor of being in that room in person, we're gonna take you to some footage. Peep your eyeballs on this. Now, when you watch JCW internet pay-per-views on psychopathiclive.com, you get a diverse roster of some of the most talented wrestlers from around the world. And with these two wrestling luminaries right here, we're gonna run through some of the stars you could expect to see. Let's start it off with the one-legged whip kicker, Zach Gowen. Vamp, what are your thoughts on the man?
Look, there ain't a lot of motherfuckers with that kind of gall, that bravery, that confidence to step into the world of pro wrestling with one leg. I remember when I saw him in the WWE, when he was doing his thing. A lot of respect, a lot of talent, and it's great that he's here, and support the motherfucker. One leg, and he's in there rocking it.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of guys to keep your eye on, there's a man who's one of the last holdouts from the territory days here, been everywhere, done almost everything. It's Raven. Now, Corp, I know you and Raven have quite a bloody and personal history. You, in fact, lost your glorious afro to Raven in the ring. I mean, what do you think about Raven flapping his wings around JCW?
Listen, the thing about Raven is he's always got some funkies with him. Going back to Stevie Richards, or today in JCW with Sexy Slim Goody, Raven never plays by the rules. So you gotta step your shit up. You gotta be ready for anything when it comes to Raven. He's one of the best minds in the business, and you gotta be on top.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of on top, two men currently on top of the tag team scene, Madman Pondo and the Necro Butcher, straight out of Virginia. These two wild and woolly brawlers, they put it all down in the ring every time. They bleed for it, Vamp. Have you crossed paths with these two?
I certainly have, and let me tell you right now, two sick motherfuckers. Madman Pondo hurting people in Japan, hurting people in Latin America, hurting people here in Detroit, killing people in JCW. Necro Butcher, Hollywood royalty, right here. Those two guys are sick motherfuckers. Thank God it ain't me getting in the ring with him.
Absolutely, never take those two lightly. Now, speaking of a man you can't take lightly, a man who's very well trained, well versed as a submission artist, gifted as a striker. He is the submissionary Rob Conway. He is a hired gun. He will take out good guys, bad guys. He doesn't give a fuck as long as the money's right. Now, Corp, you did tangle with Rob Conway, and I've seen very few men that could stand and trade blows with the champ. I mean, what was it like to stand there and just have someone giving it back as much as you could give it?
He's totally hard hitting, definitely, and the thing is, he's lightning fast. So not only when he hits you with the hard, stiff punch like that, he goes right into some kind of submission, and you got to know how to block it. He can submit you in seconds. Rob Conway, he's definitely on the rise in JCW. He's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Now let's talk about Tracy Smothers, the most hated man in JCW history, with his daughter and possibly girlfriend, I don't want to comment on that, Isabella Smothers in the mix. You've crossed paths with Tracy Smothers many times, Vamp. What can you tell the viewers at home?
You just said it. The most hated wrestler in the history of JCW. Fucking Tracy Smothers. World renowned, Japan, Mexico, United States. Dirty fighter, dirty player. Piece of shit, tough guy. I hope that I don't cross paths with him anytime soon, because Tracy can bring it. He's tough, and he likes to slug it out.
Well stated, yeah, a few sandwiches short of a picnic is Tracy Smothers. Now, speaking of a few sandwiches short of a picnic, let's talk about the Rain Man of wrestling, Eugene. This guy, again, everyone on this roster, they've done it all, they've seen it all, and now they're at the top of their game in JCW. Eugene is the #1 fan of the Jailbird Man. Eugene's such a fan, a JCW breakout star, the Jailbird Man. He's been coming to the shows, peeping out the Jailbird Man. Corp, what are your thoughts on Eugene? I mean, were you as shocked as I was to see him in the locker room trying to get Jailbird Man's autograph?
We're just excited to have new talent popping up everywhere in JCW. You never know who's going to walk through the curtains of JCW. Eugene's a perfect example. It's going to be fun to see where this goes.
Absolutely. Now, another great name in JCW, straight out of Detroit, is Rhino. Rhino, I mean, what can you say about the man beast, Vamp?
Right, hits like a fucking brick shithouse. I saw him tackle motherfuckers in Japan. I saw him tackle motherfuckers here in JCW. I even got that tackle one time in Japan, and let me tell you something right now. You do not want to get rocked by Rhino. It says the War Machine, and he's from Detroit, hometown boy. Come out and support him. Big motherfucker, and he's strong as hell.
Absolutely. Good to have a powerhouse like that on deck, ready to fucking rip up the ring at a moment's notice. Now let's talk about, again, maybe not as pleasant of a subject, Bull Payne. I mean, I don't know what the fuck to say about this dude, and I don't know if Tracy Smothers is going to see this. I personally believe there's something going on between Bull Payne and Isabella Smothers. It seems clear as day, but as Bull puts it, he doesn't mow another man's grass.
He brings Brother Payne with him. I think he uses it more ways than one. And definitely Isabella and him got some shit going on right now.
One of the toughest men. You don't want to stand and trade blows with this man. And as tough as he is, smart, and he's up to no good, it's Bull Payne making waves here in JCW. On the flip side of the coin, the fans love him. He's high as fuck even when he's laying on the hotel room floor. It's the mysterious, masked weed man. $15 dub sacks, not the only reason for his popularity. Vamp, what do you think about this high flyer?
I don't know, man. I'm a guardian angel. I can't touch that subject, dog.
Fair enough, Vamp. Not comfortable commenting on the Weed Man Corp. I know you and the Weed Man have had a few road trips together.
We have, and he always comes supplied and prepared. The thing about the Weed Man, he's one of the most aerial people in JCW. He has crazy maneuvers. He's awesome to watch, and definitely a fan favorite.
Absolutely. Now, hey, Vamp, I want to ask you on this one. JCW World Champion Corporal Robinson. The man is well known, tough as fuck, can fight as well as he can wrestle. You've known him for a long time. You've been allies. What kind of insight, as an icon such as yourself, can you give us on the great Corporal Robinson?
5 years as world heavyweight champion. Taking on all comers in every style, in any continent of the planet. Heart, determination, and desire. Not just because you're right beside me, brother, but I've watched this man grow in the ring. And what I've been seeing lately from Corp, he's a different guy. He is somebody who is worthy to walk the walk with that belt and say, yes, I am the world heavyweight champion. Not like these other fucking guys, these other promotions that are doing a soap opera. This is JCW. This is a lifestyle. This is culture. Corporal Robinson is the one and only World Heavyweight Champion.
Can't really put it any better than that. Speaking of dangerous, let's talk about the monster Congo Kong. Over 450 pounds of fury. This guy brings a force and a presence in the ring that I have not seen in my years around this business. Corp, you've been watching this man closely. I'm sure ultimately him and his evil-ass manager, Truth Martini, they have their eyes on that 12 pounds of gold around your waist, brother. What are your thoughts on this monster?
Congo Kong's a beast. He's huge. He does things that a big man shouldn't be able to do. He's fast. He's dangerous. That's all I gotta put about Congo Kong.
Now, talking about serious threats, Corp, let's take a moment to spotlight a man on this stage with us right now. International icon, literally. The man probably has his own postage stamp and breakfast cereal in Mexico. Let's talk about the great Vampiro.
Vampiro. I mean, come on. What more can you say? He's a legend. He's an icon. He's been in every Fed that's been around. He's done everything. He's beat everybody. It's an honor to have him here. We're glad to have him here, and thank God he's with us.
Another great competitor here in JCW, Jimmy Jacobs, the emo warrior. Very unusual approach. The guy writes and performs his own ring entrance music. He's been known to stop matches to recite poetry, loaded up with guy liner and hairspray, and peep this, his hometown from the dark side of a broken heart. Jimmy Jacobs, again, very talented mat wrestler. Do you get distracted at all by some of his exuberance and his personality and emo-ness, or do you just respect him as a top competitor?
I disrespect him as a top competitor. The other stuff, that's part of his mind games, I believe. I believe that's part of his arsenal when he's in the ring. If you get caught up in that, Jimmy Jacobs will beat you.
Absolutely. Jimmy Jacobs has beat a lot of top stars in the game.
Yes, he has, and he does those mind games. He's the only dude that I've ever seen to wear a thong and cross his legs in the dressing room when he's talking to you. I don't get it.
Let's talk about pure evil. A man whose name says it all. Ian Rotten. He's known internationally as the king of the deathmatch. Some say he's the scum of the earth. This guy will tear your fucking face apart, literally for no reason.
With Ian, we gotta bring it. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna hit you with everything, including the kitchen sink. He's not scared of shit. He's hard hitting. His headbutts are classic. You know what I'm saying? He will knock your fucking teeth out your mouth with his headbutts, and it's gonna be a war.
When you have this much talent, anger, and rage in the locker room, you need a commissioner that's not afraid to put it down and restore law and order when necessary. Backed by his buddy, a 22-pound titanium axe, the commissioner of JCW, Violent J. Corp, what are your thoughts on the man?
Listen, Violent J's been in every Fed in the United States. ECW, WCW, and WWF. He's the founder of JCW along with Shaggy 2 Dope, and he runs over JCW with an axe. What more can you say?
What more can you say, Vamp, about the great Violent J?
12 years ago, I made history with my friend. We stood on national television on Time Warner Network, owned by AOL Time Warner. And we said to the world, JCW is here. The JCW Championship belt in the Juggalo Nation is taking over WCW. Now we are here, living his dream.
When you check out psychopathiclive.com every 2 weeks for JCW pay-per-view action, you don't just get the best in-ring action and storylines in the business, you get special performances by members of the Psychopathic family. Vampiro, break it down.
Blaze, your dad homie, bringing shit from the dark side like only he can.
We know how Blaze does it. Corp, who else we got?
The Hatchet Warrior, anybody killer.
Bringing that native funk as only the killer can. What about, we got any Flint flavor up in here, Vampiro?
We certainly do. The Dayton family doing it like they do.
Now flipping the gears down south, Corporal Robinson, what about the Scarecrow? Can we expect to see him at JCW live events?
You know it. He's bringing that Southern funk, that boondock style, straight to the JCW.
Straight to JCW and psychopathiclive.com. What else we got on the docket, Van?
Yo, the fucking demented duo, Twisted, and yo, you can check that shit out live April 6th. Twisted.
Live Performance Corp. What else can you expect musically?
Shit, in the house, every show, DJ Clay spinning them 1-2s.
Driving the show and keeping it moving at all times, DJ Clay, Psychopathic Records, psychopathiclive.com is your hookup. Ninjas, it's hard for words to describe what we've just seen and what we've just covered. Your mind is blown because I know mine is, so let me recap this shit for the world. April 6th, internet pay-per-view, lights, camera, bash 'em. It's going down, internet pay-per-view, psychopathiclive.com. Commentary by your boy KG, the great Shaggy Tudo, and find out what the world is talking about. Don't be on the outside, be on the inside, because April 6th, all roads lead to psychopathiclive.com. Lights, camera, bash 'em, live. Whoop, whoop.